The Beat 99.9 FM. What your radio craze.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, it's great to have you here, though.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you sure? It's good to see me. Then we have Laycon. How you doing, my man?
The moment.
I'm fine.
So is that a 30 million naira? I'm fine.
What? Yeah,
what?
like
When you win 30 M,
your voice sort of just goes subtle. It's like you can't really shout.
When I like this, I dey talk.
You got Dorothy. How you doing, my G?
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did. I'm good. I'm chill.
Okay, and we have
Neo,
the fashionista, the man whose drip was eternal in the house. Neo. Hi, Neo.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing very good.
Okay, great. It's great to have you here. You guys were in the final 5, so congratulations.
Yep.
So it takes a whole lot, to actually just filter through all the people that actually came into the Big Brother house, and you guys made it all the way, to the last day. So congratulations, you guys are all winners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great. So at the first time I saw Laycon this morning, I was like, I know your face because the tennis concert on in December. I remember him performing. There, yeah. So I was just like,
I was there early enough.
Yeah, I remember him performing. Okay, so how does it feel right now, Laycon?
It feels obviously very new.
Okay.
And I don't know how to feel when, honestly, I cannot explain.
Okay.
But all I just know is I'm very, very, very grateful. I thank God. I thank everybody.
Oh.
That's just what I keep saying whenever everything is happening, because I don't know how to. And
You're not processing quite yet.
Yes, I am processing it, but I don't want to rush myself into processing it in my head, because it doesn't work that way for me. But I just know that I'm adjusting.
Okay,
great. So Nengi, how does this whole thing feel? I think you took part in Miss Nigerian once, right?
MBJ.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I remember I was fanboying. You're Miss Bayosa, right?
Yeah.
I was tweeting, almost like a riot. I was like, we're not going to have it and everything. That's so great. So how does this whole thing feel right now? You're not a stranger to being popular and everything. So
yeah. But this one is different.
How?
I don't know how to explain it. It's a lot because like coming out of the house, it took me some time to actually, get it that this is really happening. Like I remember I had a bet when you're in the house. It was like, oh, you're going to have 700k followers. I'm like, hell no. Coming out and I saw it was 1M. I'm like, okay. It's just sometimes it's just surreal.
Okay, great. So Dorothy, hi, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I've known you for like how long now? Like 8 years?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Proud of you, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. So how does it feel, man?
Yeah. I feel like amongst like everybody, my team, my sister, my family, I feel like I'm the only one that still doesn't understand
how heavy
this is, because looking back at where I was before the house and now this.
Right.
Yeah.
Where were you before the house?
I was
in man's house.
Quiet, please.
Oh, don't worry, it's not just you,
not so much into social media. Minding my business, private life, girl.
Now you are in the public.
Excuse me. Over a million people.
But you need to give me your wig plug. I used to always tweet about your wig.
Your wigs
they were laid, man.
I feel like Big Brother's iron and stuff like that. Normally we're not allowed to like take out like things out of the salon, so I had to like use like the pressing iron.
So you're constantly just
it was
well laid.
It had to always stay laid.
It had to stay.
I couldn't take a risk.
Yeah.
Take a risk.
But I mean, I'll put you on.
Okay, sure, please. After,
are you trying to buy wigs for yourself now? I mean, you're fully at that point in your
Thank you,
transition.
Dorothy. Thank you, Dorothy. She knows what I'm up to.
But I got you.
No problem. So Neo, hi, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So how does it all feel? You're calm here now.
I was expecting a whole lot of energy from Neo. It's like,
you guys.
Is this a new swag?
Honestly, I have to tell you guys. Coming out of the house and in the house, see, there are two different things.
Okay.
As I'm talking to you, I don't think I've had good
sleep.
10 hours sleep.
Why?
Bruv,
your phone's blown up.
Minus
babes are in your DMs.
Like, I don't want to go there, but then there are a lot of things I'm trying to handle now.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's overwhelming.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
honestly.
I know.
Okay, so Nengi, you obviously are one of the top 5. You were the first. You were the third. You came third in the house. How were you expecting that, or as the names were dropping, did you expect Neo and V are out? Okay, did you mentally say this person is leaving next, or did you think once you saw the other people you were up with, did you feel like it's time to dip?
Yeah, I told them before it was announced. I told them I'm leaving next. I just told them I kind of expected it. I have very strong instincts. So
okay.
I kind of know when something. I knew I wasn't going to win.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe week 3. I knew I wasn't going to win. So
I
saw it coming.
Talk about instincts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw a lot of tears after that Big Brother party.
After the party on Saturday.
Yeah, after the party on Saturday.
Yeah.
And for me, I was confused because in my mind I'm like, I think it's a hard babe now. Why is she crying? So my own issue right now is that constantly when we were watching the show and everything. So I couldn't really understand what was going on between that dynamic between you and also. So because one time it's like, okay, you're enjoying this company, then next time you're like, guy, as in just free you get. Then I saw you crying, then in my mind I was like, what's going on again. So can you just explain all of that?
Okay, that night it was we had a conversation about whoever leaves first has to be able to understand that there's going to be a lot. So I knew going out of the house he was going to he was going to see things that would have changed his perspective,
right?
So I just felt like seeing him and not getting
communicating properly.
Exactly. I felt like it had gotten to him, and that was where the whole emotions came from.
Came from, right?
Because he's my friend. He's
I know.
someone I really like, and I didn't want any.
Yeah, so is there a possibility that what's it called right now? You guys might try to work something out now that you're out, because it seems like you obviously like him though.
Yeah, and your excuse, or rather your reason, was that
you're trying to work out something.
You were trying to work something out outside the house.
So has that been worked out? That situationship.
We'll see.
Okay. So you and also we'll see too as well.
We'll see.
I see. Because for a girl to cry for over a guy takes a lot, man.
There's a lot of emotion there.
Yeah. I actually really like him.
Oh.
She's giving us the clipper. So V has joined us.
Well, let me be a
in the
gentleman.
studio.
You can have my seat.
He never does that for me, by the way, guys. He just stood up for
You're one of the
lady.
guys. You're one of the guys.
Wow. Okay, rude. But anyways, V just walked in, and I can't even lie. She's the lady I've been trying to see, because there's a lot I want to understand about V's personality. V, during the course of the show, off Twitter, or rather on Twitter, you had gotten the tag of the villain. They were calling you, I think, there were tweets of Venom, stuff like that, because
Bitter leaf.
V beaters. Yeah. How did that, coming out, how did that make you feel?
It was expected.
Okay.
Because I feel like the kind of personality I have, some people will either really love me or some people will really hate me.
Okay.
And I was not surprised in the slightest. But I'm okay with that, because the people that like me and, they relate with me are more important in this time right now. They keep me going mentally. So the hate was expected, but I've just learned to ignore it.
So I hope that there are no death threats in your DMs, because we just kept your the guy that was handling, or whoever was handling your social media, kept saying that you're constantly just getting death threats and a bunch of nasty messages. So I'm just hoping that all that is ended right now.
See, the thing is, there were death threats, but before I entered the house, especially with the previous Big Brother shows, I took a lot in.
Okay.
I learned from a lot of people, especially people like Tatcha, Mercy, CC. They got over the negativity and they kept going for the bag. No matter how many death threats, insults, I'm gonna throw egg at you, it doesn't matter to me right now. Because if I feel any kind of way about it, I'm gonna get sucked in that whole thing. And that's not my focus right now, not at all.
Great.
Okay.
You could just there's one perfect song that anytime I get this all the time on Twitter. I just give them that hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. So to Laycon, hi. Congratulations again.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
so happy for you. Your song's a banger, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to you actually just dropping more music and just riding this entire wave right now. So when you first got into the house, a whole lot of people. The first thing I said, I remember tweeting on the first day that there's something about you that stood out because you seemed like the outlier, and I said there's a possibility that a bunch of you might go on to win it because I think people are mostly drawn to people they see themselves in, or whose stories, or people that they can relate to. So you got in, and there was that Erica dynamic going on and everything that eventually blew up and led to a disqualification or anything. So I just want to touch on the fact that there was Erica and Kid. So why did you feel like there was a possibility that you guys could still work something out? That's you and Erica.
Yeah, there was Erica and Kid.
Yeah, there was Erica and Kid already. So you felt like there was a possibility that you guys could still work something out, even when she said, "Oh, mentally attracted to you,
and
physically attracted to someone else," which I really don't understand.
I vividly remember saying, "So there's no point me being here."
Okay.
So that was the whole thing from the beginning, from the onset, when she said, "Okay, something is going on between her and Kid." I said, "Okay, yeah." So the sensible thing to do was
to back off.
Exactly.
Okay.
And yes, that was what I tried to do as much as possible.
Okay.
And yeah, I admittedly I needed help with that.
Okay.
But that was the whole point. I never felt like there was a possibility of something happening. I remember, and I think I'm going to quote myself. I said, at a point in our lives when we leave this place, we can still be friends. I hope we will still be friends.
Okay.
But right here in this house, I need my space to be able to
to help yourself.
Okay, cool. Then moving on. Then when Ebuka brought up the trying to kiss you issue, did you feel like maybe there was a possibility that maybe you and Erica could have before there was an entire week before the blow up and everything? Do you feel like you guys could have had maybe a conversation and just talked about it as friends or anything?
Yeah, I actually thought about it.
Okay.
But then again, there was already something in my head saying, hey, you need to be careful with whatever it is you say to Erica. Everybody in the house basically needs to kind of help Erica make sure that she doesn't get a third strike. And in my head, I'm not going to have a discussion that might trigger her and get a third strike to her, for her. So that was why I tried as much as possible not to talk about it. And also, it's very important for me to state this, that in my head, all I was trying to do was to make sure that
third strike
didn't happen.
Yeah. But okay, just a free advice right now. What I've come to understand, growing up is being older is difficult conversations need to be had.
They need to be had
no matter how uncomfortable that they are. So what actually sets us apart as mature people is how we react to.
Yeah, I never said the conversation would have been uncomfortable for me.
Okay. So you didn't know how she was going to react to it.
Exactly.
Okay, and that's what you're trying to avoid.
That's
exactly.
So that's why he said let's not talk about this now on the Friday, on the Sunday.
On that.
Because I remember she tried to have a conversation with you there. You said you didn't want to have the conversation.
Yeah, maybe she might have read that. Maybe you're trying to gaslight her.
Yeah, also.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't know about that. I don't know what she thought.
You don't know.
To me, I was just
you're trying to not. But you guys cool? Are you guys?
Have you guys spoken? I saw something about. I think I saw something on Instagram. Whether you unfollowed, she didn't follow back, and you unfollowed. You people are what is all over everybody's explore page.
I don't even have a phone.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. But the truth is, right now there's just a lot going on, and I really haven't been able to settle down to speak to my friends. A lot of them. So it's just really been.
Give him a phone now. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
So Dorothy, hi. So
the way you clear that your truth to say, I don't trust it.
Why now? I'm your G.
He's about to friends you.
No, I'm your guy. I'm your G. It's fine. So when you first got in, we saw you you and what's his name again? Also trying something, and there was that prolonged conversation as regards the triangle and the circle. In my mind, I'm just like, okay, I don't know where this is going and everything. Then there was Brighto in the mix as well.
Yeah.
So eventually it went on for the entire 7 weeks, and we couldn't actually just pay you anybody. You just seemed like you just wearing your wigs.
No, the only person we eventually paired her with was Prince, but that was on a totally platonic.
There was no pairing there.
Excuse me. Okay.
So was it possible? So did you actually like also when you guys first got in?
Sorry?
Did you like also when you first got into the house?
Also, where we had like
a connection.
Literally a brother-sister relationship.
Oh, okay. Is that what you
That
call it
was
now?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we. Oh, see, that's what we call it.
I mean,
what we
there
call
was a
it.
couple of instances. I think I remember a conversation between yourself and Neo as well, because obviously Neo and Ozo are really close. Where Neo was trying to, I think he
And
was
Neo was-
what is it called, counselor in the house. Everybody problem. I'm
Neo.
coming to
Neo,
that.
exactly. Neo was literally older brother.
Okay.
You have a
There's
lot
big
of
brother
brothers.
and there's Neo, the older brother.
Okay.
But then he was just trying to make me understand every time we had like a little issue or argument. He always made me understand that Ozo is somebody that really rates me and trusts me. Basically, that was all Neo did.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you and Brighto,
yeah.
what's up with that?
What?
What's up? You see?
It's like you need us to be
Problem is
louder.
that I know what she's trying to do, but hey, it's fine.
Do you want us to be louder?
You're on stage and you were saying that you have feelings for Brighto. So what's up?
Really? I said that?
Oh yeah,
I didn't remember it.
On Sunday.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, but you and Brighto, is there a possibility of anything?
No,
there?
that was in the house and it stays there.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
It stays there, right?
okay.
So now that you're out, nothing. You just
I'm out for the bag.
okay, cool.
She's all for
Trying
the
to get
bag.
this money.
Okay.
Neil, hi. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, my ginger will soon come.
Okay, it's a rising. It's a
Don't
rising.
give me time, don't worry.
No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
So you and Neil, I see you and Neil, you and V were a delight to watch constantly.
Really?
So it was on Monday, you guys were cool. On Tuesday, you're like, V, not even near me again. I can't find money for this house. Then on Wednesday, it's like, V, you know, say I love you.
No, you're not getting it right. It was okay like Monday to Wednesday, right? Task evening on Thursday, they're good. Friday, everything is great. Saturday, right before the party, it's like boom, and then you go to the party and you're like, but they were. I watched this morning, they were good, and you guys would always trend on social media because it seemed to me like your problems were either about semo or rice. It was food was always involved.
Neil will go, me when wake up for morning, go cook for this babe. She gon' tell me, I know, and she know what chocolate. So,
People were praying every Saturday. You guys should not eat before the party because then you guys would be so strained at the party. Obviously, you were one of the couples we were looking forward to.
Yeah.
You guys were not dancing. It was only Nengi and Laycon. I'm gonna get to that, by the way. The Nengi and Laycon dynamic.
Yeah.
But what is the deal? Why
what's
were
the
you
deal
guys
going on
so?
right now?
I feel like it was us being us, honestly. And to be very honest, looking back at those times, right, I feel nothing but pure
Love.
joy
Oh.
because I feel like if these fights don't happen, the house not for make sense like that.
Fair. You guys gave us
Yeah,
freedom of entertainment.
I won't lie. So I feel like even with all that, there were just little issues that we just tend to misunderstand, and then we just
But you guys always found a way to actually just solve you.
yeah,
Sort
straight
it
up.
out.
And
Yeah.
guess what? I keep saying it. That was the fun fight about fighting with that pretty lady over there.
Oh,
Oh,
It
look
was
at them
just-
still
I'm
like
just saying,
glances and stuff.
It was just the fun part because we didn't even have to talk straight. Sometimes it could just be the way she would look or the way she would just say something,
Yeah.
and then
And it's over.
everything just disappears.
yeah.
It
So,
And aside that, they got to a point where what's the word right now? I decided to trend. I was like, why is Neo trending this morning? There was a clip of it was V, it was
Nengi.
Nengi, and it was you.
You wait
We're
till-
washing pants.
ah,
And
I don't know why Laycon is clapping right now.
Because I was
did you wash pants and we didn't see?
No.
Maybe. This one Nengi is asking you. Did she send something your way?
She has
So,
something.
so basically, people had a whole lot to say and everything. But coming for, I had whole lot to say as well. So, but I'm looking at the dynamic that your relationship had and everything. So I feel like that's selfless in a way. Going all the way. Yeah.
Like, but my understand something. See, let me just clear it. You understand? Because I feel like the ginger is coming now. Listen, right? Listen, this is who I am. This I mean, this is. Listen, you guys are not even letting me lie. Stop. Listen, Neil, go wipe. They don't. Now we there is a catch cruise for the house. Now we there is a catch cruise for that house. I tell you, see, if I not did that house, I'm not gonna see with the catch. Let's try this Laycon. But then again, right? This is 2020.
Yeah.
I mean.
Pants washing should be normalized.
No, you guys don't get what I'm trying to say. No,
There's no gender roles anymore. It's what you're saying. Abi.
exactly. Like apart from that, like I know how to express my feelings.
Yeah.
I dey like do things.
Yes.
If
You're
you want
an
do
act
things,
of service
but
type
listen,
of
that
guy.
day I not wash the pants. I rinse some. There's a difference.
There's no difference.
Straight up. Yes.
And Nengi was like, Neo.
This Nengi na Chris.
No,
Put Nengi on the back.
Nengi, I also want to commend you for something. You were never. I mean, like, I think the first time you came on stage, the first thing you said is you wanted to let people know that you're more than your beauty and your body. And I think for me, the way you did that was you were never in a room where negative whatever was projected. You would literally hear that two people are talking about one person that is not there, and you would remove yourself from that situation. Was that a natural thing, or was that you just being like, look, there's already enough drama going on, I don't want to be part of anything?
I wanted to ask Nengi about pants, and I see where you carried it.
You can ask her later. She's the first I was watching.
No, that's who I am. Like, even outside, I don't keep a lot of friends, because I feel like most times it's always, talking about someone, and I really don't have the energy for that. I just want to, better my life and stuff.
I'll be taking care of and relax.
Exactly. So I really don't have time for small talk and stuff like that. So that's why.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
So as it stands right now, basically though, you guys are out of the house right now. So for Nengi though, what are your plans? What do you want to do? What are you looking forward to?
Definitely want to expand my shoe line. Probably.
Oh, you have a shoe line?
Yeah, I have a shoe
really?
line.
I don't know.
By Flora.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, for like women or
for women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'd like to expand to like.
I've told you people this man is transitioning. He has asked for wig, now he has asked for shoes.
Yeah, and then probably further my education. I know I really want to go to acting school.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about like having my own foundation. After we did the whole gender-based violence project in the house, can't just talk. Like, I've just had this thing about wanting to focus more on that.
Oh, okay, great.
In some way, so yeah.
Okay.
That's
great. So
right
to Laycon, you own Nengi 5M, by the way. I kept
you
tweeting you own Nengi 5 million. The way you used to rock Nengi on Saturday, and I'm like, Laycon, are you the one that brought her to this house? Calm down.
I feel like in the tub,
in everywhere.
I feel like it's not only Nengi for everybody. No, chill, listen. I feel like no, I'm talking about the O part. You said I owe her 5 million. I feel like I owe some housemates in the house more than just even money. I owe them gratitude. I owe them a whole lot, to be honest. And concerning the dancing part, first of all,
go down low.
That's no. First of all, like I said, Nengi is smart.
Okay.
She's very, very smart.
Smart with the moves, Abby.
What?
Smart with the
She's
moves.
smart.
Okay.
Yeah, very. I remember some tasks that we did, and if Nengi was on your group, she doesn't like reading with people. Yeah, she will go and study on her own. Trust me.
When she's coming back, she's bringing the bullet.
She has everything in the head.
Okay.
So me, I respect Nengi not just because of her body. Come on. But when we did inside the arena,
Let's have this.
Okay, so great. So right now, your EP just shot all the way to the top of the charts. On Apple Music, just as you got in. So now that you're out, what's next?
Big things, man.
Okay.
Okay,
So with the music,
man.
so with the music especially, right?
Yeah, music. A whole lot of other things. But like I always say, everything is under one goal.
Yeah.
The goal is to spread love and light.
Okay.
Reach people's lives, change people's lives. So I would use as many means as possible. Yeah, music is the focal one, because that cuts across different borders, tribes, ethnicity, and music can reach anywhere.
Okay.
As long as people can connect to your music, they will connect to the message that you're trying to say.
Great, and you have a fantastic guy in your corner that's going me though. So hey,
yeah, he's a wonderful person.
Yeah, so I'm sure that definitely the music that is going to come out is going to be fire.
Yeah, so music basically, that's the first thing. Okay. And then you all saw me act. Now, didn't you like the way I acted? Now, Chuko, what is this? How will you tell me that?
Chuko.
You want us to act here. Now we act for you now.
This is it now.
See, Ochuko, I don't tell you something. Don't come.
Not the way you got people here to
Ochuko, no, they come my cup.
Go and cut the grass.
Ochuko, my Ochuko, see, good morning is not be insult. Not insult. Good morning, your good morning is insult.
My good morning.
Great. So, Neil, since you're already through with the mic, right, I tweeted that you're one of the best dressed guys in the house. So, are we going to see
you for fashion?
So, aside the fashion thing, what else are we going to see you doing now that you're outside the house?
On that fashion thing, to be very honest, right? I won't lie. I'm going to say this here, because I like hitting for the head. Will I say when I come outside, they call the talk on to say. I have one saying like I know one lie. You understand? So let me not lie. I have never modeled.
Yeah.
Like modeling, I never really taken a serious business before. Acting, nah. Music, nah. You understand? But all these things are just stuff. I've just been so dedicated to street hustle. That's all I've been doing most of the time. Making noodles on the street, like driving on Uber, and all those kind of stuff. But then getting into the house, it gave me so much confidence in myself that like there are so many other things that you can do. Like I come outside, they give me names like Drip Lord. Like
is that a Drip Lord?
God, you should open. What's that thing?
Basically, right now, the durag and everything. I mean, it was just amazing. But trust me, that was just me flexing my style. It's not like I was even taking it too serious. So focusing right now, right? I mean, there's a lot of things I want to go into because I feel like generally there's no aspect of the industry that I can't cut into.
I swear.
Yep.
Acting, fashion,
laundry,
anything. Every single part. I'm like dead serious. There's no single part of the industry that I can cut into. You understand? So, but one personal thing that I'm really like looking forward to doing is impact. Like I feel like people should be able to relate to my story. That's why I never lied about like what I do for a living.
I know.
Where you're from.
Because I feel like relates to me. Be able to tell yourself that look, if Neil can make it, then you as well can make it.
Okay, great.
So with all that on board, like before I got into the house, there's something I was working on, like a foundation that's really going to like help disabled people, empower them to do more. Because I feel like those are the people that are like really, they're really shut out. You get me? So honestly, man, I could see it everywhere.
To V, I think I heard the song. It was weird knowing that V sings and everything because I won't put you somewhere that is singing and everything. So are we going to see you actually sing or what else? What exactly are we going to see you doing now that you're outside the house?
So I feel like a lot of the reason why people don't know that I sing or I make music is because I came to the house to find myself. I wanted to be more than a singer because, to be very honest, I had spent some time in Lagos and Lagos was beating me up when it came to music. So I came in the house to find what my gifts were and I found many. Music is still very important, still the foundation. EP's nearly done. So we're getting to work. Singles coming out soon. I'm going to shoot a video and people will get to see the side of V that they've never seen before. A well-established side. In the house, I was cruising, I was flexing Betway every day and week.
I was gonna ask that. You seem to have an affinity for you like the Betway.
Listen, in that house, I feel like, and this is something I used to say a lot, I came here to be myself.
Right.
So I'm relaxed. To me, inside the house, I was a viewer because I was just viewing everything. I was all back, Betway, chilled, relaxed. I didn't want to do too much.
No, but I'm gonna to not to cut you, but to come into what you were saying. You were saying in the house, there was some tension, I believe, or rather, you and Laycon, obviously, I would call you the bestie. You are the pre-do of, you guys are really close. There was the issue with Erica. I think one eviction Sunday where you were like, you were looking out for Laycon, not for her, because Laycon obviously is your friend and all of that. But across the line, you guys obviously had a lot of conversations, and to us on the outside, it seemed like you had. I think there was a particular time you said point blank you don't like her. And I think Laycon was asking you. I think you were washing the dishes or something. Yeah. Laycon was not asking you that. What you try to. I mean, you stood up for Erica in that moment. Like, what exactly don't you like her for? And then it was like you didn't particularly have a reason, but then you came out. I think your interview with Ebuka. And you said it was just a misunderstanding, but a lot of people are like, that seemed to us like it was more than a misunderstanding. What exactly is the situation?
By the time me and Laycon had that conversation, I think Erica had already left.
Yeah, I think it was a couple of days after she left.
I had no issue with Erica at the beginning of the show. We were cool. We had until Ebuka asked me a question. And obviously, I don't think she liked the way I answered it. Fair enough.
Okay.
And I'm always going to admit that, yes, I took sides because I have a closer relationship to Laycon. Now, the thing that I wasn't really happy about Erica with is that when she spoke to Ebuka, after he asked her about Tolani Badge and Neo, it felt more like a tit for tat answer to
Okay.
me. And I wanted to know how she really felt about me and what I had said to Laycon, because, and to Ebuka as well, because we never really had a conversation after I spoke to Ebuka on that Sunday.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things left unsaid, feelings that were not communicated to ourselves. So at the end of that, I was just more irritated than anything, because we had all this time to talk. And I remember speaking to her, especially after that Sunday, Ebuka spoke to me and I said, your matter's not gist to me, and I don't dislike you. I'm just looking out for my friend. It doesn't mean I don't like you. I'm just advising my friend. And upon everything I had said, the reply that she gave to Ebuka that time, it was really, it just set me off completely. But it doesn't mean, I feel like I was in my feelings in that house.
Fair.
A lot of things that were not said to a lot of people, a lot of things that just a lot of tension in the air. Unfinished business.
Okay.
So you've gone for weeks just thinking about that unfinished business, and there was a lot of hurt inside me at that moment in time. But when you come out the house and you see different things, different conversations, it kind of pushes you back a bit and makes you reflect on a lot of stuff.
Okay, so
okay,
finish
great.
business.
So Dorothy, I think you're the only one I haven't asked.
I've been to say when I don't forget me.
No, at all. So, what's it called right now? So now that you're out, what are we going to see you do more?
A whole lot. I'm going to be rebranding my business, which is Shop for Me.
Okay.
The whole
How far that breakfast thing? Is it still?
I'm hoping the breakfast we're talking about is actual food.
It's food now.
Just checking.
Well, also, I'm going to be doing a lot of I'm thinking of actually diving into like interior decor, obviously doing something about the wig,
the hair.
I definitely have like that plans to do that as well, and a whole lot more, maybe acting. Because I mean, I could do a lot now.
Yes,
I can even sing.
Okay, great. Just before we let you guys go right now, big shout out going out to Betway, the headline sponsor for this year's Big Brother, for making sure this whole thing came together. So to V, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your performance at the Betway Arena Games?
For like the first month, I would say 1. And
at least you're honest, because
and then when I started finishing things, I'd say like 4.
Wow, so still below 5 the whole time?
100. When it comes to me, anything active is a lie.
So to Dorothy, you and Laycon won $1 million and a chance to hang out with Don Jazzy for your performance at the final Betway trivia. So how does that make you feel, though?
Good. I mean, like, it's Don Baba now. You know, since when we're little, we've been looking up to him. So
were you ever little?
Great.
What do you mean?
What?
Lord.
Wait, what did you say?
I said, were you ever little? You said since when you were little. You're making Don Jazzy feel like
she's
an old guy.
Avoid me. Avoid me, Osi.
I dislike us. So to Laycon, so how does that make you feel now? You want winning the money, hanging out with Don Jazzy?
See, the money. We're hanging out with
You're like the money.
We're hanging out with Don Jazzy. Well, I remember that day because when we wanted to do the whole make a difference task, I remember that I was calling our names and he said, Laycon, sit here. Dorothy, sit here. So immediately they said, you're hanging out with Don Jazzy. I said, Don Jazzy, you will tell me that place where you want me to sit. I will sit there.
Okay, great. So it's Neo. What was your favorite thing about the Betway Arena Games?
Oh man, honestly, every game had like its own different vibe and cruise. But my favorite scene, man, trust me, I can't pick one now. I can't really pick one, but they were all really amazing. And I was going back to back. I was trying my best to beat my time at the previous game, and it was helping. So I kept on just stepping up the game. That was just
okay, great.
Okay, and Tenengi, what was your favorite thing about the Betway Arena Games? Because you seem to thrive. I didn't expect you to. I thought V would be you and you would be V, because you seem less, active. But what was your favorite thing?
Going into the house before I went in, I thought I would suck.
Yeah.
Because that has never been my thing. I've always been like, I don't want to play too primary school, secondary school, I don't play too much. So I'm like, how am I going to do this? But I don't know how I did it. Like, I just found myself doing it.
Okay.
I think I just told myself I need to do this, but I loved it. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Okay, great. So it's been fantastic having you guys here. We've overshot our time, trying as much as possible, to make sure we covered everything. So wishing you guys all the best.
Thank
so
you.
I'll be seeing more, more of you. Dorothy, definitely. It's me and you in this Lagos. Yeah, so
I'm moving out.
To where?
reply my DMs now. Then to Laycon, definitely we're hearing more of your music and seeing more of you as well.
Yes.
Okay, congratulations again.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
And also, so Nengi, so definitely we're seeing more of you.
We're waiting for the other thing to.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
we're at the wedding.
We're waiting for it to resolve itself. We're here. We're watching.
And also to V, definitely want to hear. You said the EP is almost done. Definitely want to hear that. And also, I see more of everything else that you want to be doing as soon as you're done. No problem. 9:53 right now, Independence Day right here on the Heartbeat of Lagos, the Beats 99.9 FM. My name is Osi, hanging out with Ada. It's the morning rush, back-to-back hits right now. I'm sure everybody has an idea of the next song I'm about to play.
What is the song?
Laycon Chico Ekwan, Reminisce. It's called Fierce. It's 9:53, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Fierce Nation. Laycon. 5.
The Beat 99.9 FM. What your radio craze.